Today we're going to be talking about the importance of having an open mindset. So what is the difference between an open and a fixed mindset? Well, let me give you an example of a fixed mindset. So let's say you are in a new job. You've been on the job for about 3 months and you're really enjoying it. And your boss lets you know, hey, it's time for your 90-day performance review. So you go in, and this is a boss that you respect, you enjoy working for, and you're really looking forward to hear how you're doing. And you get your review, and it's about the equivalent of a C. And you're just so disappointed. Man, that's really not what you had hoped. And you're leaving work, and you go out to your car, and you got a parking ticket. And you get home, and you just want to call your friend and vent, but they're too busy. And they kind of brush you off. They can't take your call right then. Man, what a depressing day. Now, someone with a fixed mindset would or might react to that day by being so disappointed and beating themselves up like, I'm such an idiot. Or, the world's out to get me. Or, gosh, what's the use? Now, there was no death and destruction in that day. It was a meets expectations job performance review. It wasn't like you're doing horrible. It wasn't a car accident. It was a parking ticket. And it was a friend who didn't have time to chat with you. But the person with a fixed mindset has challenges in responding in a positive way to setbacks. And they see those little setbacks as much bigger and unsurmountable than they really are. So some of the reactions that someone with a fixed mindset might do in response or ways of coping with that disappointing day might be sitting in front of the TV watching mindless shows and pouting, eating chocolate, or doing absolutely nothing because anything that they do or don't do, it doesn't matter. Let's compare this to someone who has an open mindset. How might they respond to that day? Well, the response to the job performance review might be, well, I really want to exceed expectations. I probably need to talk with my boss and find out what areas I need to develop my skills in so that I can do a better job. And the parking ticket. Okay, yeah, I need to pay more attention to where I'm parking and how long I'm parking there. And then the friend who didn't have time for me? Well, that's so unlike them. I wonder if they were having a bad day. I probably need to reach out and see if they're okay. That's the response of someone with an open mindset. Someone with an open mindset understands that the challenges and the setbacks that happen are not the end of the world. And they realize that they have a way of responding that can make things better the next time. And it's not that the person with the fixed mindset is so disappointed and the person with the open mindset isn't disappointed. No. There's disappointment and there's discouragement. Both mindsets experience those same emotions, but it's how they choose to respond and what they're going to do next that makes all the difference. Someone with a fixed mindset is more likely to throw up their hands and either do nothing because their natural ability or what they thought was their natural ability isn't good enough, or they turn the blame on everybody and everything other than themselves. Someone with an open mindset realizes that the challenges and the setbacks are temporary, and they realize that they can do something to do better the next time. So let me ask you this. If you had the choice of picking between two teams, and one is a team of great people with ability and natural talent, and they're really good at what they do, but they have a fixed mindset. And if things go wrong, they throw up their hands, everything stops, they just can't seem to move forward. And the other team that you have to choose from is an open mindset team. They aren't as naturally talented, skilled, or experienced as the fixed mindset group, but they're eager to learn. They're quick to recognize that they don't have all the answers, and they want to learn and grow and develop their own skills. Which team would you pick? The good news is that just because someone has a fixed mindset, it doesn't mean that they can't grow and learn and develop the open mindset qualities. Now, it's not like just flipping a switch. Just because you figure out, okay, I have a fixed mindset about this, doesn't mean that you just flip the switch and then tomorrow you're all better. No, but awareness is, first and foremost, the thing that you have to recognize. Where are those areas that you have a fixed mindset? And then, with practice and time, you can develop the skills to change those thought patterns to help you have more of an open mindset. And what a great opportunity that is to be able to choose to have a more positive outlook, to have an outlook that, okay, that didn't go as well as I had hoped, but I can make myself better and do it better next time. Having an open mindset makes us a better employee, a better employer, a better team player, a better coworker, and ultimately a better person. So what areas do you have a fixed mindset in? If we apply ourselves every day to being just a little bit better, over time, we become a lot better. So what are you going to do to make sure that you have an open mindset? For more tips like this, like and follow Retail Level Up on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and wherever you get your podcast, just search for Retail Level Up. And be sure to visit our website, retaillevelup.com, and sign up for our email subscription. We send Motivation Mondays and Top Tip Tuesdays because we can all use a little extra motivation right now, and we can certainly use some top tips. Because now, even more than ever, it's time to level up.